The truth about LeBron James and the Warriors. Stay until the end, but first leave your like and subscribe to the channel. The Los Angeles Lakers have been the subject of endless trade speculation, yet one truth remains clear. LeBron James is not expected to be moved anytime soon. Even if the veteran superstar were to request a trade, the organization's stance is firm. Despite this, the Golden State Warriors reportedly explored the possibility of acquiring the four-time MVP on 3 separate occasions, including 2 attempts in recent months. The proposals were substantial, with names like Jimmy Butler and Jonathan Kuminga included in potential packages, yet the Lakers declined each offer. Their refusal wasn't just about protecting LeBron, it was about maintaining stability and signaling that certain pieces of their roster are untouchable. The notion of trading a player of LeBron's caliber, even to a team as competitive as the Warriors, is seen as incompatible with the Lakers' long-term strategy. From the Warriors' perspective, the interest makes sense on paper. Golden State has built a dynasty around Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, but the team has been seeking a fresh spark to maintain championship contention. Adding a superstar like LeBron would certainly accelerate that plan, potentially, pairing 2 of the most influential players of their generation on one roster. However, internal challenges complicate any potential trade. The Warriors' situation with Jonathan Kuminga, a restricted free agent, has limited flexibility in negotiations. Until those constraints are resolved, assets like DeAnthony Melton or Al Horford remain largely untouchable. This lack of mobility has forced Golden State to get creative, even if some of the rumors may have been strategic leaks rather than concrete intentions. Trade rumors often carry an unspoken agenda, and analysts have noted that the Warriors may have benefited from the appearance of interest alone. Creating speculation around a potential blockbuster move can shift public perception, put pressure on other teams, and even influence the market value of players involved. In this sense, the mere chatter about LeBron's availability serves multiple purposes, beyond the possibility of an actual transaction. Meanwhile, LeBron himself remains focused on the Lakers. There's no evidence that he is pushing for a departure, and his leadership role within the team continues to define the franchise's identity. The Lakers' management has made it clear that stability takes precedence over headline-grabbing moves, especially as they aim to maximize LeBron's remaining prime years in Los Angeles. The competitive landscape adds another layer to the story. Both LeBron and Stephen Curry recently teamed up to win Olympic gold with Team USA, reinforcing a personal and professional connection between the 2 superstars. This shared experience has naturally fueled speculation among fans and media about the possibility of their collaboration in the NBA, an idea that generates excitement but remains purely hypothetical. Ultimately, while the Warriors' interest in LeBron James makes for sensational headlines, the reality is far more measured. The Lakers have positioned themselves as a team that values consistency, player loyalty, and strategic planning above short-term headline-making moves. LeBron is not for trade, and any discussion suggesting otherwise should be taken with caution. Yet the conversation isn't without consequence. The rumors highlight a broader truth. The Warriors are working against a shrinking window to remain competitive at the highest level alongside Curry. Pursuing another superstar of LeBron's stature, even if only in theory, signals their urgency to stay atop the NBA hierarchy, and it keeps fans and media guessing about what the future may hold in San Francisco. In professional sports, not every rumor reflects reality. Sometimes speculation serves as a tool, and the chatter surrounding LeBron James and the Golden State Warriors may be a prime example. According to insider reporting, some of the whispers suggesting that the Warriors were actively pursuing LeBron could have originated from within Golden State itself. Jovan Buha, a well-respected NBA analyst, discussed this possibility on his podcast, highlighting that the narratives could serve multiple purposes. "I would assume that these leaks came from the Warriors' side," he explained. "They faced a challenging offseason. Moves involving Kuminga were complicated and created drama, but the team couldn't progress. At the same time, it helps them appear proactive, like they're chasing big opportunities. The concept of strategic leaks is common in the league. Teams occasionally allow information to surface for tactical reasons, to shift media focus, influence other franchises' decisions, or even affect player morale and contract negotiations. In this case, creating the impression that Golden State might pursue LeBron could accomplish several goals simultaneously. From a management standpoint, the Warriors are operating under constraints. The uncertainty surrounding restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga limits their ability to make major roster moves. By floating rumors, the team maintains visibility in the market without committing to trades that could jeopardize their long-term strategy. In essence, the narrative becomes a chess piece, influencing the broader landscape without actual transactions. Media outlets and fan communities respond quickly to such stories, amplifying the pressure and curiosity surrounding high-profile players. Even if no real trade talks are underway, the perception of potential movement keeps the Warriors relevant in conversations about championship contention. It's a subtle form of leverage, allowing the franchise to appear active while they resolve internal roster matters. Meanwhile, the Lakers remain unshaken. Their front office is aware of the rumors but maintains a clear position. LeBron is not available for trade. The strategic nature of Golden State's leaks underscores the contrast in organizational approach. The Lakers prioritize stability, player loyalty, and long-term planning over headline-chasing maneuvers. For LeBron, the situation seems peripheral. There's no indication that he has pushed for a move, and his focus remains on performing at a high level and guiding the Lakers' younger players. In a way, the speculation reinforces his value. He is a player other top teams might covet, yet his presence in Los Angeles remains non-negotiable. The rumors also reveal something about perception in professional basketball. Even unsubstantiated, claims can shape narratives, influence negotiations, and engage fans. They remind everyone that the business side of sports is just as complex as the on-court strategy, blending psychology, optics, and timing into a delicate balance. In the end, while whispers of Golden State's interest in LeBron James generate excitement, they also serve as a reminder. Not every headline is literal. Behind the noise lies careful orchestration, strategic positioning, and a game played far from the spotlight of the arena. Despite the headlines and speculation, the Golden State Warriors have faced real limitations when it comes to roster movement. One of the most significant barriers has been the situation surrounding Jonathan Kuminga, a restricted free agent whose status has constrained the team's ability to make bold trades or signings. Kuminga's contract situation acts as a bottleneck. As a restricted free agent, any offer he receives from another team requires Golden State to decide whether to match it. This uncertainty complicates planning, as moving other players or negotiating new deals becomes risky until Kuminga's status is finalized. Until then, assets like DeAnthony Melton or veteran Al Horford remain difficult to include in trade discussions. The timing is critical. The Warriors, fresh off a strong season, know they must maximize the remaining prime years of their core trio: Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. Yet without flexibility, the front office finds itself in a delicate balancing act, trying to improve the roster while avoiding destabilization. Every potential move carries long-term consequences, especially for a franchise aiming to remain competitive at the championship level. Adding to the challenge is the age factor. Curry, at 37, continues to be the team's anchor, but his window to compete at the highest level is shrinking. The Warriors' strategy must account for aging stars while still attempting to attract younger talent capable of sustaining success. In this context, pursuing someone like LeBron James, even hypothetically, becomes a calculated gamble, weighing immediate impact against long-term sustainability. The Warriors' struggle in the market also underscores the delicate nature of team building in modern NBA dynamics. Salary cap restrictions, player contracts, and free agency rules create a complex puzzle that requires both foresight and patience. Rushing decisions could lead to missed opportunities or long-term setbacks, and the franchise has shown caution. In navigating this landscape, Golden State's interest in a high-profile acquisition illustrates the tension between desire and reality. On one hand, adding a superstar could accelerate their championship timeline and pair Curry with another generational talent. On the other hand, without resolution in Kuminga's case, even the most enticing trades remain out of reach. For fans and analysts, this creates a fascinating narrative. A team eager to make moves, yet constrained by circumstances largely beyond its immediate control. Every rumor, leak, and report becomes a piece of a larger puzzle that the front office is quietly attempting to solve. Ultimately, the Warriors' dilemma is a reminder that even the most celebrated franchises face logistical and strategic barriers. In basketball, as in any sport, ambition must be tempered by reality, and the story behind every potential trade is as complex as the game itself. The Warriors entered the offseason with high expectations, yet the reality of professional sports can be unpredictable. The team's trajectory last season was shaped by a mix of promising victories, strategic acquisitions, and unforeseen setbacks that ultimately influenced their current approach. One of the key storylines was the acquisition of Jimmy Butler. His arrival in February injected immediate energy and experience into the roster. On paper, Butler's presence promised a boost in both scoring and leadership, complementing Stephen Curry's established dominance and Draymond Green's versatility. However, basketball is rarely so simple. Integrating a high-profile player mid-season presents challenges in chemistry, rotations, and strategic alignment. Despite the optimism, the Warriors' playoff journey ended in disappointment. After a strong regular season finish, the team faced the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round. Early hopes were dashed when Curry sustained an injury in Game 1, creating a ripple effect that the team struggled to overcome. The absence of their star point guard exposed gaps in depth, strategy, and consistency that ultimately proved decisive in the series. This sequence of events underscored the fine line between success and frustration in professional sports. Even with talented additions like Butler, unforeseen circumstances such as injuries can dramatically alter a team's trajectory. For the Warriors, it highlighted the importance of contingency planning and the limitations of relying heavily on aging core players, despite their championship pedigree. The setback also added urgency to the front office's decision-making. With Curry approaching the later stages of his career, each season carries increased weight. Maximizing championship windows becomes not just a goal, but a necessity. The lessons learned from the previous postseason, both in terms of roster construction and strategic flexibility, inform current considerations, including hypothetical discussions about adding another superstar to accelerate success. Beyond the technical and strategic implications, the season revealed the emotional dimension of professional basketball. Players like Butler and Curry must quickly adapt to new dynamics, while veterans contend with the pressure of expectations and the physical demands of a long season. The Warriors' resilience in the face of these challenges speaks to their organizational culture, yet also emphasizes the gaps that need addressing if they aim to maintain elite status. For fans, the narrative is compelling yet frustrating. A team with championship aspirations, bolstered by talent, still falters in critical moments, a reminder that no roster, regardless of reputation, is immune to the unpredictable nature of the sport. The Warriors' pursuit of excellence, therefore, becomes a balancing act between immediate impact and sustainable success. In essence, last season's highs and lows form the backdrop for Golden State's current strategy. Integrating new talent, navigating injuries, and planning for the future all converge in the complex ecosystem that defines the franchise. Understanding this context is essential for evaluating rumors about high-profile acquisitions and the practical realities behind them. Beyond trade rumors and front office maneuvering, another layer adds intrigue to the NBA landscape. the personal and professional relationship between LeBron James and Stephen Curry. Both players are not only elite athletes but also central figures in the league's recent history, and their bond extends beyond club competition into international play. Last summer, LeBron and Curry shared the spotlight on Team USA at the Olympic Games. Together, they guided the national team to a gold medal, forging a connection that highlighted mutual respect, shared goals, and complementary skills on the court. This collaboration has fueled speculation among fans and analysts alike, wondering if such chemistry could one day translate into a partnership at the NBA level. The narrative is tantalizing. Pairing two of the greatest players of their generation could redefine the balance of power in the league. Curry's sharpshooting and leadership from Golden State would mesh with LeBron's versatility and court vision from Los Angeles. Together, they could create an unparalleled offensive and defensive synergy, appealing to fans hungry for marquee matchups and historic lineups. Yet the reality is far more nuanced. While their Olympic collaboration showcases chemistry, team dynamics in the NBA involve additional layers: contracts, salaries, age, and organizational goals. Even if both stars were interested, orchestrating a move would require navigating a labyrinth of front office priorities, salary cap restrictions, and trade logistics. The gap between speculation and execution is significant. Still, the connection between LeBron and Curry underscores a broader truth about professional basketball. Personal relationships can influence strategic decisions. Coaches, managers, and players often weigh familiarity and trust when considering roster moves. A proven synergy can make a team more attractive to superstars or accelerate the integration of new talent. From the Warriors' perspective, imagining LeBron alongside Curry is not just fantasy. It represents a potential acceleration toward championship contention. The duo's Olympic experience provides a tangible example of compatibility, even if logistical hurdles make the reality unlikely in the short term. For the Lakers, it's a reminder of the broader landscape, where rival franchises continuously explore opportunities to strengthen their rosters with both strategic foresight and a touch of daring. Ultimately, the Olympic collaboration is a lens through which fans and analysts evaluate possibilities. While no official moves are imminent, the story keeps conversations alive, fueling speculation and engaging audiences worldwide. It demonstrates how off-court relationships intersect with league strategy, turning every shared gold medal into fodder for the imagination of what could happen in the NBA. In the context of trade rumors, LeBron and Curry's bond amplifies the allure of high-profile acquisitions. It's not merely about talent. It's about compatibility, leadership, and the potential to redefine a franchise's trajectory. Even if the reality never materializes, the narrative itself shapes perceptions, influencing both fan excitement and strategic thinking across the league. Amidst swirling rumors and speculation, the Los Angeles Lakers have maintained a firm and consistent position. LeBron James is not on the trade block. Despite interest from other franchises, including high-profile inquiries from the Golden State Warriors, the Lakers' front office has made it clear that their superstar remains central to their plans. LeBron's value to Los Angeles extends far beyond his on-court production. He embodies leadership, mentorship, and branding for the franchise, making him irreplaceable in the organization's long-term vision. Trading him, even for multiple stars or draft picks, would disrupt team chemistry, alienate fans, and challenge the Lakers' reputation as a stable, championship-focused organization. Management has also emphasized the personal aspect of the decision. LeBron's relationship with the team, his commitment to developing younger players, and his influence in the locker room create intangible benefits that no trade package could fully replace. The Lakers recognize that maintaining these elements is as crucial as any tactical or financial consideration. Front office leaders, including GM Rob Pelinka and President Jeannie Buss, have expressed their philosophy publicly. Stability and loyalty take precedence over headline-grabbing maneuvers. This approach contrasts with the perception of urgency displayed by teams like the Warriors, highlighting a deliberate strategy of measured decision-making. The Lakers' stance is reinforced by LeBron himself. There is no indication that he seeks a departure, and his commitment to competing at the highest level remains evident. By staying, he ensures continuity for the franchise while also protecting his legacy in Los Angeles, where he has already solidified himself as one of the most iconic players in franchise history. The implications of this position extend beyond one player. For other teams exploring potential trades, the message is unmistakable. The Lakers are not flexible when it comes to their cornerstone. This clarity simplifies negotiations in some ways, while signaling to the broader league that LeBron's tenure in Los Angeles remains secure. Moreover, the Lakers' unwavering stance affects media narratives. While rumors may surface, they do not reflect the organization's actual intentions. Fans and analysts are reminded that much of the speculation is external noise rather than a reflection of internal planning. The reality is that trade talks, even with enticing potential partners, will not displace a player who represents both on-court dominance and off-court influence. This clarity also shapes the team's strategic decisions. With LeBron as the anchor, the Lakers can focus on complementing him with younger talent, strategic draft selections, and selective acquisitions that enhance the roster without jeopardizing its core. Every move is measured against the standard of supporting their superstar, rather than seeking a blockbuster trade that might destabilize the franchise. Ultimately, the Lakers' position is more than a transactional decision. It's a statement about identity, values, and vision. By keeping LeBron at the center, Los Angeles signals that the franchise prioritizes long-term planning, player loyalty, and a coherent path toward future championships. In a league driven by constant change, that consistency is a powerful message. As the Golden State Warriors navigate the evolving NBA landscape, a pressing sense of urgency defines their strategy. At the heart of this urgency is Stephen Curry, the team's cornerstone, whose prime years are finite. Every decision, from trades to free agent signings, is framed by the goal of maximizing his remaining elite seasons. Curry's longevity and consistent excellence make him a once-in-a-generation talent. Yet, even superstars are bound by time. At 37, Curry's window to contend for additional championships is narrower than ever. This reality forces the Warriors' front office to consider aggressive maneuvers to strengthen the roster while his influence remains dominant. Waiting too long risks missing the opportunity to leverage his leadership and skill at full capacity. The pursuit of additional star players is part of this urgency. By exploring potential trades and acquisitions, the Warriors aim to assemble a complementary roster capable of immediate contention. Every transaction is measured not just in talent, but in timing, aligning perfectly with Curry's availability and the team's championship timeline. Even the hint of interest in LeBron James, whether genuine or strategic, signals an acknowledgement of this pressing window. Beyond roster considerations, urgency permeates organizational culture. Coaching, player development, and even strategic communications reflect a franchise keenly aware that its current configuration may be transient. Veteran players like Curry provide stability, but the front office must act decisively to pair them with talent capable of sustaining elite performance. Delay risks stagnation and the erosion of competitive advantage. This urgency also influences contract negotiations and internal dynamics. Players understand that Golden State is in a win-now mode, which can affect motivation, performance expectations, and the willingness to accept roles that support immediate success. It creates an environment where every decision carries heightened importance, both on the court and in the front office. Moreover, the urgency amplifies public and media scrutiny. Rumors, trade chatter, and speculation about potential acquisitions are magnified because the stakes are so high. Fans and analysts interpret every move through the lens of championship timing, creating pressure on the organization to deliver results swiftly. Yet, urgency is a double-edged sword. While it drives action, it also increases the risk of miscalculations. The Warriors must balance short-term gains with long-term sustainability, ensuring that each move strengthens the team without jeopardizing future flexibility. The complexity of navigating this balance underscores the sophistication required in modern NBA management. Ultimately, the Warriors' sense of urgency is inseparable from Curry's presence. The franchise is acutely aware that opportunities are fleeting, and each decision reflects a calculated attempt to maximize the impact of their star while preserving organizational stability. In this environment, strategic rumors, meticulous planning, and careful evaluation converge, illustrating the high-stakes nature of building around a generational talent. For the Golden State Warriors, acquiring a new superstar is not solely a question of desire. It is constrained by the intricate realities of the NBA market. Salary caps, restricted free agency, and existing contracts all create barriers that the front office must navigate with precision and foresight. Jonathan Kuminga's situation exemplifies these challenges. As a restricted free agent, any external offer triggers a decision point for the Warriors, effectively freezing other potential moves until his status is resolved. This contractual limbo limits flexibility, as the team cannot confidently engage in high-profile trades or signings without understanding the implications for roster balance and cap space. Beyond individual players, the broader salary cap landscape dictates the feasibility of major acquisitions. Teams must consider not only the financial cost of adding a star, but also the ripple effects on existing contracts, luxury tax penalties, and long-term payroll management. In a league where financial rules are as strategic as on-court tactics, even the most appealing trades require careful calculation. The Warriors' situation underscores the tension between ambition and practicality. While management may identify potential superstar targets, executing such moves depends on resolving multiple moving parts simultaneously. Even highly talented players cannot simply be added without considering the impact on team chemistry, depth, and future flexibility. Furthermore, the interplay between immediate contention and long-term planning complicates decisions. A trade that strengthens the roster today could compromise the team's ability to sign or retain key contributors in the future. For a franchise aiming to sustain competitiveness while maximizing Curry's remaining prime, this balance is critical. Media speculation often simplifies this complexity, suggesting straightforward solutions like pairing Curry with another superstar. However, behind the headlines lies a labyrinth of negotiations, salary constraints, and strategic foresight. Every potential acquisition must be weighed against these realities, with an eye on both immediate success and sustainable growth. Addition, other teams' needs and market dynamics influence what the Warriors can realistically achieve. A rival's willingness to trade talent, the timing of free agency, and league-wide salary cap fluctuations all play a role in determining feasible options. The Warriors' front office must operate within this ecosystem, adapting strategies to shifting circumstances. Ultimately, the market and contractual limitations define the boundaries of the Warriors' ambition. While the desire to add a star is clear, achieving it requires patience, ingenuity, and precise execution. The complexity of modern NBA roster management ensures that even a high-profile franchise like Golden State cannot act in isolation. Understanding these constraints is essential to interpreting rumors and trade discussions. What may appear as bold maneuvers or speculative interest is often a careful navigation of the structural limits imposed by contracts and league rules. In this sense, the Warriors' quest for additional stars is both a strategic challenge and a test of organizational acumen. In professional sports, perception often becomes as influential as reality. The Golden State Warriors' rumored interest in LeBron James demonstrates how media narratives can shape the league's conversation, regardless of actual front office intentions. In this landscape, speculation is not merely entertainment. It can subtly influence fan sentiment, player psychology, and strategic positioning. Rumors about LeBron potentially joining the Warriors, whether seeded intentionally or arising organically, create multiple layers of impact. For fans, these stories ignite excitement, anticipation, and debate. For the team, even unverified speculation can serve as leverage, signaling ambition and a willingness to explore bold moves without committing to action. Such narratives also pressure rival franchises, prompting them to respond or clarify positions publicly. Media coverage amplifies the effect. Reports, podcasts, and social media discussions transform isolated rumors into widespread stories. When a journalist mentions a potential trade or expresses an insider perspective, the ripple effect can reach millions, influencing how both fans and league insiders interpret a team's strategy. In some cases, this creates a perception of movement or urgency that may not exist internally. For LeBron James, media-driven speculation can have personal and professional ramifications. While he remains firmly committed to the Lakers, persistent rumors about interest from the Warriors or other teams can affect public perception, contract negotiations, and fan expectations. Players of his stature must navigate these narratives carefully, balancing engagement with focus on performance and team cohesion. The Warriors, too, benefit strategically from the media's amplification. By allowing subtle rumors to circulate, the franchise can create an image of proactivity and ambition, signaling to fans, potential free agents, and league rivals that they are actively pursuing elite talent. Even without concrete action, this perceived dynamism maintains their position as a high-profile, championship-oriented organization, yet there is risk in narrative-driven speculation. Overemphasis on rumors can lead to unrealistic expectations, disappointment among fans, or distraction within the locker room. The challenge for organizations is to manage the conversation, ensuring that perception supports strategy without undermining internal planning or team focus. In the context of LeBron and Curry, media narratives intertwine with genuine relational dynamics. The stories of their Olympic collaboration, potential synergy, and hypothetical NBA partnership fuel continuous dialogue. Each article, podcast, and social post reinforces the fantasy of such a union, keeping it alive in public imagination, even if it remains unlikely in practical terms. Ultimately, rumors and media shape a parallel reality that coexists with the league's actual operations. Fans and analysts often interpret these signals as insight into organizational thinking, yet the truth is mediated by strategy, timing, and storytelling. Understanding this duality is key to interpreting the Warriors' maneuvers and the broader NBA landscape. What appears as imminent possibility may, in reality, be calculated narrative management. By mastering the interplay between rumor and reality, teams like Golden State can control perception, maintain fan engagement, and subtly influence league-wide discussions, all while keeping core plans, such as maximizing Curry's remaining prime, on track. As the NBA landscape continues to evolve, both the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors are navigating critical junctures defined by superstar legacies, team strategy, and organizational vision. Each franchise faces unique pressures, yet their decisions are inextricably linked to the finite windows of opportunity their star players present. For the Lakers, the cornerstone remains clear. LeBron James is central to both performance and identity. The franchise is committed to constructing a competitive roster around him, leveraging his leadership, court awareness, and mentorship to guide younger talent. Every roster move is measured against the standard of enhancing the team, without disrupting LeBron's pivotal role. Stability and long-term planning are prioritized, creating a framework in which both immediate success and sustained competitiveness coexist. Meanwhile, the Warriors operate under a distinctly urgent paradigm. Stephen Curry's elite abilities define their championship timeline, and management is tasked with maximizing every remaining season of his prime. Strategic acquisitions, contract negotiations, and potential trades are all influenced by this ticking clock. Every move must balance immediate impact with future flexibility, as missing the optimal window risks compromising the franchise's competitive edge. Market constraints, media narratives, and interplayer dynamics further complicate both franchises' decision-making. The Warriors' pursuit of new talent is limited by salary cap rules, restricted free agency, and existing contracts, while media speculation, especially regarding high-profile stars like LeBron, adds layers of public expectation and strategic posturing. For the Lakers, controlling narratives and maintaining clarity about LeBron's status allows the organization to focus on substance over speculation, ensuring that internal planning remains coherent despite external chatter. The contrast between the two franchises illustrates broader lessons about NBA strategy. Los Angeles exemplifies long-term vision, measured execution, and the prioritization of legacy, while Golden State highlights opportunistic timing, rapid adaptation, and high-stakes roster engineering. Both approaches underscore the delicate balance of talent management, financial considerations, and competitive ambition in shaping a team's trajectory. Beyond the individual decisions, these dynamics influence league-wide trends. Teams monitor the Lakers and Warriors not only for potential player movement, but also for insight into best practices for managing superstar windows, balancing immediate contention with sustainable growth, and navigating media-driven narratives. The strategies of these two franchises ripple through the NBA ecosystem, informing approaches to trade negotiations, free agency planning, and roster construction across the league. In this context, the evolving stories of LeBron James and Stephen Curry serve as both focal points and catalysts. Their careers, decisions, and ongoing performance impact not just their respective teams, but the broader competitive landscape. As the season progresses, each move, whether subtle or headline-grabbing, reverberates across the league, shaping perceptions, opportunities, and strategic calculations in real time. As the NBA season approaches, the forthcoming months are poised to play a decisive role in shaping the fortunes of both the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. While the core of each team is anchored by its superstar, subtle adjustments, strategic acquisitions and unforeseen developments have the potential to redefine competitive balance. For the Lakers, careful roster management remains the primary focus. With LeBron James at the helm, the organization is concentrating on identifying the right combination of role players, shooters, and defensive anchors to complement his abilities. Every signing, trade discussion, and draft evaluation is guided by a clear principle. Augment the team in ways that maximize championship potential without undermining LeBron's leadership or chemistry with key contributors. The early months of the season will be crucial to test lineup versatility and cohesion, laying the foundation for a playoff run that leverages experience, skill, and strategic acumen. Meanwhile, the Warriors' approach is defined by a pressing timeline. Stephen Curry's continued dominance is the engine of Golden State's championship aspirations, but the franchise knows that even elite players have limits. Contract negotiations, potential trades, and roster fine-tuning are being orchestrated with a sense of immediacy. The resolution of Jonathan Kuminga's status and other pending transactions will determine how flexibly the Warriors can adjust mid-season, and whether they can add the complementary talent required to sustain title contention. Media narratives and public perception add another layer of complexity. Every rumor, leak, or speculation regarding player movement, especially involving high-profile stars like LeBron James, shapes expectations, motivates fan engagement, and subtly influences decision-making. For both franchises, managing the interplay between actual strategy and perceived intent is essential. Missteps in communication could create distractions or misaligned expectations that affect team focus and morale. Furthermore, the broader NBA ecosystem is highly responsive to these dynamics. Rival teams are constantly observing, assessing how the Lakers and Warriors construct their rosters, manage their cap space, and leverage superstar influence. Each strategic decision has implications beyond the two franchises, potentially reshaping trade possibilities, free agent negotiations, and competitive forecasts across the league. The upcoming months also promise unpredictability. Injuries, breakout performances, and mid-season adjustments can shift momentum in unexpected ways. For the Lakers, a healthy LeBron paired with emerging contributors could accelerate their playoff readiness. For the Warriors, Curry's health and the timely integration of new acquisitions will be critical to sustaining competitive consistency. Ultimately, the narrative that emerges in this period will define not only the immediate fortunes of the Lakers and Warriors, but also the framing of their legacies. Each decision, adjustment, and outcome will influence how the league perceives the effectiveness of building around transcendent talents, balancing short-term urgency with long-term vision, and navigating the complex interplay of media, market, and player dynamics. As the NBA landscape continues to shift, the concluding months of planning and execution will determine how the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors position themselves for sustained success. With LeBron James and Stephen Curry anchoring their respective franchises, every move carries amplified significance, both on the court and in shaping organizational strategy. For the Lakers, trade discussions and targeted acquisitions will focus on complementing LeBron's strengths while addressing gaps exposed in prior seasons. Role players, perimeter shooters, and versatile defenders are likely priorities, and front office decisions are guided by a blend of analytical insight, scouting evaluations, and long-term vision. The organization's ability to integrate new talent seamlessly without disrupting the chemistry of its core lineup will be a decisive factor in playoff performance. Golden State, meanwhile, faces the pressing challenge of maximizing Curry's remaining prime years. Strategic acquisitions, whether through trades, signings, or draft opportunities, must balance immediate impact with future flexibility. The Warriors' front office must navigate complex contractual realities while ensuring that every roster move strengthens the team's championship prospects. Decisions regarding restricted free agents, salary cap management, and potential trade opportunities will be scrutinized for their capacity to maintain competitive excellence. The interplay between LeBron and Curry extends beyond individual performance. Media speculation and public narratives about potential alignments or rivalries affect both fan perception and league dynamics. While the Lakers maintain a firm stance on LeBron's availability, the Warriors' pursuit of additional talent reflects a strategic urgency shaped by Curry's status and the window of opportunity for sustained contention. Looking ahead, several scenarios emerge. The Lakers could solidify a championship-caliber supporting cast around LeBron, ensuring both immediate contention and a legacy-driven organizational approach. The Warriors might execute calculated acquisitions that maximize Curry's prime while positioning the team for continued competitiveness. And both franchises must remain adaptable to injuries, breakout performances, and market shifts that could redefine strategic priorities. Ultimately, the influence of LeBron James and Stephen Curry is profound. Their careers dictate not only on-court success, but also organizational planning, market behavior, and league-wide narratives. As trades, acquisitions, and strategic decisions unfold, the balance of power in the NBA will be shaped by how effectively each franchise leverages its superstar talent while navigating the intricate landscape of contracts, media, and competitive timing. In conclusion, while rumors and speculation may capture headlines, the true determinant of success lies in execution, foresight, and the ability to adapt to evolving circumstances. For the Lakers and Warriors, the future is being written not just in games won or lost, but in every roster decision, every negotiation, and every strategic choice that positions their superstars to define the next chapter of NBA history.